Quay had come to see Prince Wu. The prince was glad. I have desired, he said, to see you for a long time. Tell me if I am doing right. I want to love my people by the exercise of justice to put an end to war. Is this enough? By no means, said the recluse. Your love for your people puts them in mortal danger. Your exercise of justice is the root of war after war. Your grand intentions will end in disaster. If you set out to accomplish something great, you only deceive yourself. The love and justice are fraudulent. They are mere pretexts for self-assertion, for aggression. One action will bring on another, and in the chain of events your hidden intentions will be made plain. You claim to practice justice. Should you seem to succeed, success itself would bring more conflict. While Prince the recluse Su Quay had come to see Prince Wu, the prince was glad. I have desired, he said, to see you for a long time. Tell me if I am doing right. I want to love my people by the exercise of justice to put an end to war. Is this enough? By no means, said the recluse. Your love for your people puts them in mortal danger. Your exercise of justice is the root of war after war. Your grand intentions will end in disaster. If you set out to accomplish something great, you only deceive yourself. The love and justice are fraudulent. They are mere pretexts for self-assertion, for aggression. One action will bring on another, and in the chain of events your hidden intentions will be made plain. You claim to practice justice. Should you seem to succeed, success itself would bring more conflict. While Prince the recluse please don't scream. I'm just Prince. After the early life, on 1980, deep Andrew Tate rises, note, give me the sign of the open eye, and the token erect of thorny thigh, and the word of madness and mystery, oh, Annie, oh, Annie, oh, Annie. Thou wilt as a great God can. Oh, Pan, oh, Pan, oh, Pan, oh, Pan, Pan. I will waken the grip of the snake. The eagle slashes with beak and the eagle. Okay, I'm going to read from what's called Ecclesiastes. This is the Harvard Sacred Writings, Confucian Hebrew Christian. I'm going to read in 1 minute bursts. This is going to be 10 minutes. Here we go. Yuck. A good name is better than precious oil in the day of death and the day of one's birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made glad. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely extortion maketh the wise man foolish, and a bribe destroyeth the understanding. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. And I'm using a Minecraft movie overlay. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. Wisdom is as good as an inheritance, yea, more excellent is it for them that see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, even as money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom preserveth the life of him that hath it. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? In the day of prosperity be joyful, and in the day of adversity consider, yea, God hath made the one side by side with the other, to the end that man should not find out anything that shall be after him. All this have I seen in my days of vanity. There is a righteous man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his evil doing. Be not righteous overmuch, neither make thyself overwise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this, yea, also from that withdraw not thine hand. For he that feareth God shall come forth from them all. Wisdom is a strength to the wise man more than 10 rulers that are in a city. Surely there is not a righteous man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Also take not heed unto all words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servant curse thee. For oftentimes also thine own heart knoweth that thou thyself likewise hast cursed others. All this have I proved in wisdom. I said I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceeding deep. Who can find it out? I turned about, and my heart was set to know and to search out and to seek wisdom and the reason of things, and to know that wickedness is folly, and that foolishness is madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and whose hands are bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this I found, saith the preacher, laying one thing to another, to find out the account which my soul still seeketh, but I have not found. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Behold, this only have I found. Behold, this only have I found, that God made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the hardness of his face is changed. I counsel thee, keep the king's command, and that in regard of the oath of God, be not hasty to go out in his presence, persist not in an evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him. For the king's word hath power, and who may say unto him, who doest thou, what doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandment shall know no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth time and judgment. For to every purpose there is a time and judgment, because the misery of man is great upon him. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him how it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirits. There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power over the day of death. And there is no discharge in war, neither shall wickedness deliver him that is given to him. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man hath power over another to his hurt. So I saw the wicked buried, and they came to the grave, and they that had done right went away from the holy place, and were forgotten in the city. This also is vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and prolong his days, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, that fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow. There is no man that hath power over the spirit to. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there are righteous men unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked. Again, there are wicked men to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity. Then I commended mirth, because a man hath no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be joyful. For that shall abide with him in his labor all the days of his life, which God hath given him under the sun. When I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to see the business that is done upon the earth, for also there is that neither day nor night seeth sleep with his eyes, then I beheld all the work of God, that man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because however much a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, moreover, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. For all this I laid to my heart, even to explore all this. For all this I laid to my heart, even to explore all this. The righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. Whether it be love or hatred, man knoweth it not. All is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous, and to the wicked, and to the good, and to the clean, and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth as he that feareth an oath. This is an evil in all that is done under the sun, that there is one even unto all. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. For to him that is joined with all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward. For all this I laid to my heart, even to as well as the love as their hatred and their envy is perished long ago, neither have they any more portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart.
For God hath already accepted thy works. Let thy garments be always white, and let not thy head lack oil. Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of thy life of vanity, which he hath given thee under the sun, all thy days of vanity. For that is thy portion in life, and in thy labor wherein thou laborest under the sun. Whose whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in Sheol whither thou goest. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to
as
them
well
all.
as the
I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. Even so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. I have also seen wisdom under the sun on this wise, and it seemed great unto me. There was a little city and few men within it, and there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said I, Wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of the wise heard in quiet are better than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Dead flies cause the oil of the perfumer. So that's Ecclesiastes. It's a woman.
I don't understand why.
He'll be back. Your question made no sense. It's not like Nigeria was full of dignity.
It didn't make any sense.
Listen, your question wasn't that great. It wasn't really in
It
context.
didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense to me because
To compare.
listen, I can take business's position here since he's had to go. Your argument.
It wasn't
had
argument.
nothing
It was a
to do
question,
with
dude.
what we were talking about, which was Africa. You just took it to Palestine, and you never explained why it was an important question. You never explained what it had to do with anything we were talking about.
I did.
He trolled the room. He trolled the room into a huge Palestine discussion.
I did. I did. Business said that Africa should defend itself. That is their responsibility to defend itself. And then I said, what
do you think of Palestine? Because
what the hell does that have to do with it? It's not even a full country with a military or anything.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
It never
It has
been
nothing to do
recognized
with
as an actual country.
Yeah, so it had nothing to do with it on the face of it. It's you could say it's ethnic tension, possible genocide. You could say all of that. I agree.
I feel like you're being dishonest because for the countries that were colonized and made recognized countries,
you're the one being dishonest.
Before they were colonized.
If you keep it up, and I have to mute you.
Dude, you're a sad faggot, bro. You're a sad faggot.
Have a good one.
Bye, bit.
People getting hyped up out of context.
Either way it goes, if you guys want to know the truth, I
faggot.
I think
you like that, JR?
Oh yeah, that was a good chat.
I think that in the context of Palestine and Israel, I feel like the education systems on both sides are really towards each other, and it's causing an endless cycle of violence. And I really feel like a one-state solution would be a good solution.
Here's the thing, right? It's better to be colonized by white people than you guys like the Muslim people. This is an honest fact. Okay? And so,
who's gonna come colonize you, JR? Who's gonna come colonize? Are you afraid that Arabs are gonna come take over?
We've been colonized by white people. It's fine.
No, JR. Are you afraid that Arabs are gonna come take your shit?
They've been taking
our shit.
This
has nothing to do.
Yeah, we've lived under that fear for many generations. You should know the history, since you asked.
Okay, but are they going to come do it now? You're in America, right?
They do it. Yeah, they're doing it. They're shooting our guys and killing them right now.
Bro, they're not going to come colonize you. Little militias? You think little militias? You think little tiny militias that don't even have... Man, come on, bro.
They're pulling down our pants to see what our pecker looks like. And then they shoot us if we are not circumcised. That's the way you guys
do. Do you not know what happened in Kashmir? I mean, recently, 27 people died. They were killed by all the Muslim people from Pakistan. Look it up.
Look,
just
look, I don't know anything about that, but I will say that I just want Palestine to live under a one-state solution where everybody has equal rights. Is that too much thought? Like
that's a reasonable ask. It would be called
the simplest fucking.
Yeah, it's going to be called Greater Israel, and it'll be fine.
I see it as a boxing match or only one-party events.
I'm even okay with that, but I just don't want people to keep dying.
So, Basil, let me just ask you a question. Earlier, I asked a question to you and Marshall. None of you answered. I was asking. Sorry, I was out. Oh, okay. Sorry. That's fine. No, it's fine. I mean, for Basil, I guess. What colonization are you talking about? On Palestinians.
The invasion of Jewish people from Europe into Palestinian homeland that took nearly all of the land and left them with nearly nothing but an open-air prison in the West.
Well, the thing is, with my limited knowledge about that region, maybe you can educate me. As I understand it, the Jews actually purchased the land, and out of the purchased land, they established a country, which I don't think that's anything that's unreasonable. So, what do you say to that?
Who would they purchase the land from?
The Arabs.
They purchased the land from the Arabs.
Yeah.
Okay, then I need to learn more then. But I don't know, bro. It's still colonization to me, bro.
How is that colonization? Weren't there Jews there? Didn't the Jews have an area there a long time ago before the Palestinians?
Okay, so even if they purchased the land, they obviously expanded their territory.
Well, as I understand it, they established a country out of the purchase, and not to mention they were there, you can even say 1,000 years before
This is Zionist point of view.
But it's historical.
It's a historical fact.
Let me continue with the purchase.
they had established country, and then but it was the Arabs or the Palestinians attacked them. So when you attack somebody and disregarding the property rights, then you forfeit the property rights, and then whoever wins should be the victor and the occupier, and that's all fair. Because if you go into the casino, it's like going to a casino. You should know. You may lose, you may win, and you should acknowledge the result. How is it not fair?
And here's the big question, Basil. What are you gonna do about it? The fuck are you gonna do about it? I donate money, bro. I don't like to share that I donate. Yeah, what's your money gonna do about it? What the fuck is your money gonna do about it? You know what, Summer, a lot of you people in here are very twisted and shitty people. Dude, and you're a shitty person.
How would you know?
How am I a shitty person? Okay, let me tell you how twisted I am. I pissed on your mom. And your mom said she is doing it.
Cut it off.
Prove my point. Come say that to my face. I'll drop the address. I'll drop the address. Come say that to my face.
Look, this guy's just trying to get under
Come say that to my face.
Yeah, let's let this drop. Basil's a nice guy. He's just on the other side of the issue here. This is no problem here.
Basil, I put in the chat that 52,000 Palestinians have been killed and 1,500 Israelis, and every 2.5 weeks in the U.S., that same number is aborted. I mean, America aborts 100,000 babies every month. So if you're worried about people dying and you're an American, I mean, maybe you should start looking at your neighborhood abortion clinic. If you want to start saving lives and preventing people from getting killed, maybe you should donate your money to some type of legislation movement. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about people who are dying, Marshall.
Okay, but we already have a topic. We don't need you to change to abortion.
Really? I don't see a topic in the title. This is like a public chat app, Dr. Marshall?
That's because you didn't listen before you got in. If you listened...
I did. I heard. That's why I brought up Palestine. I'm not redirect... Oh, okay. Thank you very little, Marshall.
We need you to redirect the conversation.
No, I was just making a comparison in death mortality,
Yeah, we were talking about did you bother to listen?
The Nigerian American was very fired up. I was surprised. I thought most of the Nigerian Americans were pretty neutral on the issue, but I heard Odeon, we were freaking out about it the other day.
Odeon freaks out about a lot of shit. To be frank, I haven't talked to Odeon in like 6 months. The last time I had a conversation with him, all he did was bitch about my party, and I've heard it 100 times, so I was kind of tired of it. Like, fine, you don't fucking like him. I get that. You don't need to tell me that every time I see you.
They're in pain. They're in a lot of pain.
Honestly, bro, there's too many people out there that are too afraid to lose. I see it every day. When people speak about history, they always try to one up somebody.
Basically, we're just all friends. We're trying to have it's a logical conversation that the one party is an aggrieved party that's being colonized. I think we can take that. Hanson's arguing against it, but I think it's legit that there's the settlements and strategy going on to take the land.
The love, the hatred, and the
it happens all the time, though. That's also a truth, what Marshall was saying.
Well, I just registered. I don't agree with that. Question and nobody
look, they're settling on the land. They're taking it by force, and they're pushing people off of the continent. I don't know. I know. I agree with your theory that the violence was initiated and all's fair at this point. That's fine, but you have to also agree this is taking the land by force, essentially conquering is going on.
Well, like I said, I mean, if you initiate it, you have to suffer the consequence.
It's worse than colonialization, because at least that way they...
Well, I mean, if you initiate the war, you need to suffer the consequence. Just like before you enter the casino, you should know you may lose and you may win, and you should accept the consequence. You don't do it before you. If you don't, you can't suffer the consequence, and don't enter the casino.
This isn't a one-off. I mean, you have to look at all of war history and the history of war. I mean, this is exactly what happens, and it's usually a 10-to-1 kill ratio.
You know, let me share.
You should know that before that. Right?
Anson, let me share a story. Do you know about the Mexican-American War?
Don't remove. Don't.
No. Honestly, Anson.
No,
since you think everything is win or lose.
You didn't answer my question.
No. Listen to me for a second.
You want to change this topic?
No, I'm not changing this topic.
Well, let's see where he goes. Give him a second. Let's see where he goes. Let's try to see what type.
No, I'm not going to answer that question, all right? Because if you shift to the different topic, I mean, unless you say, well, we're going to talk about different topics.
See, I respect some of Americans' decisions. Like in the Mexican-American War, they fought this war. Even though America got more land, they actually paid the Mexicans for the land. And also, they made sure that the Mexicans were not in debt to them in any shape or form. America actually looks at sometimes in history, America actually looks out for its opposition. And it's a humanity thing. And Israel lacks humanity, bro.
Well, it's not about humanity. You can deal with this different ways.
What America versus
Mexico? One was over magnanimous.
America didn't pay for Texas.
Texas became a state in America 49th.
That was pure war. Texas became a state in America after
Marshall, what's your view on this statement that Mexican-American War was handled justly and not with humanity? It was done with humanity.
I think people need to read historical textbooks. Starting in the 1850s, the historical textbooks were like modern textbooks for that time. We're teaching that the Mexican-American War was essentially a fight over the Nueces and the Rio Grande, and that the Mexicans had been the aggressors. You go a little bit farther, say like the 1870s, and you finally got into a place where they're going, well, America had some territorial ambition, and, we had manifest destiny, and, that just sort of spurred us on. You go into the early 1900s, and they're like, well, we disagreed about the Rio Grande, but the Americans were a little hostile. Then it gets into the 50s, where it's still like, hey, the Mexican-American War is totally tight. And it gets into like the 1970s to something that like boils down to, we wanted their shit, so we took it. And I think that's truthful. Manifest Destiny was a strategic instrument used by the federal government to conquer more territory. Territory I think we deserve as an American and should keep. But it was more of a land annexation grab than it was anything else. The Nueces Rio Grande fight simply gave America the reason to jump in.
At least they paid for it and didn't take it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, paid for all the war material, like, got that all done.
America paid for California, New Mexico, Arizona, etc., but America didn't pay for Texas. That was battle. Did I say
Texas battle? We were an independent country, 1837.
Texas was already an independent country.
I
don't know. Texas was independent after the war.
By the Mexican-American War, Texas had just become a state. December the 29th of 1845. So 1846, it being like a month over and like several months in, it had already kind of happened. So, like, we were a state at that point.
And they also took on the debt.
Yes, they did. In particular, because Texas had no way to pay for anything. As a country, our currency was fucking worthless. It was worth less than fucking paper you used to start fires. It was just baseless.
So, as much as I'm a Texan and I love the fact that we had our own country for 10 years, it was truthfully some of the worst times to live in the state of Texas. Was like when we became a country. Because of all the shit that we lacked. Like Texas Rangers, they were formed specifically as a frontiers force to deal with the Comanches. And they were rounded up because Texas didn't have active duty military or professional military. We had to call it military.
It's 2025, right? You never actually lived in those times, correct, Marshall?
Well, obviously not. I'm not that old. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see it.
So you're just using the journalistic we when you say we.
Yeah, it's the euphemistic we's in the country, the Texans, that kind of thing. It's like I am in the same place and in the same time as these people. No, not at all.
Got it.
I can't travel back in time, or I would have already sold you a quarter of the company because even though we don't get along, you come up with some fucking.
Hey, thanks for also offering to help me with my congressional run. But then I remembered you voted for Kamala Harris, so obviously I don't think I'd work with you.
But I do genuinely mean it. If you actually need some like phone banking help, strategy help, ask me.
Got it. But you voted for Joe Biden, right? You voted for Joe Biden, correct? Got it. Okay, then I can't work with you. I mean, it's just a value judgment, but I thank you for your offer.
Of course you can. Don't disguise it. Just tell me you don't want to work with me. It's fine. I'm not offended.
What about 2016? Who did you vote for in 2016, Marshall?
Evan McMullen.
I mean, who did you eventually vote for?
Evan McMullen. He was a former CIA operative, had a fairly good command of the Middle East. My father interviewed him, got to meet the guy. I voted for Trump all 3 times. So,
Marshall, what do you think about Doge uncovering that Chelsea Clinton got $10 million and another $7 million from the Haiti Relief Fund so she could buy a house and have a fancy wedding? Do you think she should be arrested?
I think if they could prove she committed fraud, yeah, people who are powerful and break the law deserve to get, pulled up by the bootstraps and punished. The law, if you and I would get punished for doing the same thing, fucking Edmund, then she ought to get punished too.
So, Basil, what do you think about 9/11? Did the Jews in Israel do it?
You know that I pushed my buttons. Don't fucking do that.
Marshall, at least he turned the interrogation away from you. So yeah, Basil, who committed 9/11? I don't know, bro.
I saw some interesting things on X today that I've never seen, especially when they reverse the demolition and you actually see the thermite popping out the floors. But, basically they're saying it's CIA Mossad and that the whole bin Laden thing was all fake.
I would rather just say I don't know. So who was it, Basil? Who was it? I just told you, man. I don't know. Basil, better fucking say it right now. Who fucking did 9/11? Bro, you are really lame, bro. And any woman that marries you, I feel sorry for her.
Basil, it's so to show you want to discuss the fucking question. It's not hard.
I mean, is it fair for America to just have no transparency into what the CIA does, who they are, what their operating budget is, where they're operating, what their projects and programs are? I mean, there's no transparency, no oversight. And so, I mean, when everybody woke up on 9/11, everybody, the first thing they say is bin Laden, bin Laden, bin Laden. It's all programmatic, hypnotic communication hypnosis.
Basil, where is Osama bin Laden right now? In the ocean.
That's not true. They say Muhammad came out of the moon on a pink horse, picked him out of the ocean, and brought him back up to the moon.
They say that whole bin Laden thing was a dud. Because apparently he died from what? liver cancer, liver disease back in 2002. So yeah, he wasn't even alive when that so-called operation happened. Basel, who did 9/11?
Evitol, what's your criticism of COVID-19? I know you believe, that in the beginning it ravaged the nursing homes, but like, what's your take now with Kennedy and more information coming out? Even today on X, I saw new statistics, and it's just like, how do you make sense of it all, knowing that there are, evil criminal people out there that are directly responsible for those years of catastrophe?
Yeah, there's nothing to do about it now that it's over. So the time to do things was early, and it was high mortality.
But what about, Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, the law? Because really, I guess the only thing you can do is lawsuits and maybe make some arrests, but it's like, it's so political or so. Anyways, I'm just saying, it's like they arrested one ugly judge for denying, some type of deportation or something. It's like, that's the only person they're going to arrest? I hope there's like a whole slew of people.
Yeah, these things take time, and see what they can pop out with.
Okay, so you're claiming, comedian, that 600,000 babies are aborted every year? Is that even true? Just read the comments. Basil, where is Osama bin Laden?
Let me see what Grok says.
Basil is a good guy. He's not the representative of Al Qaeda.
Let me see what Grok says about those abortion numbers, because that's what I kind of calculated just doing like some rough Google searches. But let's see what Grok says. How many babies are aborted monthly?
So, JR, how was the dosa, madras dosa? What was the taste? Taste of the salad.
That was real, authentic. I think it's probably worth it, man. I mean, that area, they don't really have these, the Indian or even the South Indian food. So
all the chutneys were good. Coconut chutney.
Yeah. Oh fuck, on point. I didn't like the lassi though. Lassi.
Amazing food. In Chennai, amazing.
It's Osama alive. Osama's alive. What the fuck,
Yeah, Grok confirmed it. It's 100,000 babies in the U.S. are aborted monthly.
Yeah, a lot of people die of hunger too, comedian. What the fuck is the point, man?
Well, that was my point about Palestine and Gaza, is that 50,000 died there in a war, but we kill 100,000 a month. So it's like, let's be real. A death is a death. Just because it's a fetus doesn't mean that it's not going to be a viable human being. So it's like, death is death. I mean, it's a word. There's life and death. So
it's
that's
happening for the last 5,000 years. Okay, so what do we do? Yeah, we can just get better.
It's not patriotic to kill 100,000 of your citizens every month.
Man, it's so thing. I think some of you guys are fucking cuckoo, man. Like this whole abortion thing. Like,
no, this time they are gonna build it better. I think they're gonna make like resorts and everything.
It's more political than anything else, to be honest with you. No one gives a shit. That's the way I look at it. Is like they just want to make this as a political issue. I mean, what if your sister was having an issue with pregnancy? I mean, you would want her to abort. Come on, man. Simple fucking. You can't even use common sense.
These are elective abortions. So if my sister had a pregnancy out of the marriage, I would encourage them to get married and then have a kid. That's what you would do. You wouldn't tell them to get an abortion.
Of course. I feel like this is a very nuanced conversation.
JR, you'll be able to frame me into, eventually some type of perspective where I would say, okay, abort. But, 99% of the time, from my perspective, it's have the child. I mean, reward the family, give them a tax credit. Let's increase the birth rate. Let's cut back on Planned Parenthood and abortions and drop it to 20,000.
You know why? I'll tell you why. Because, in my opinion, the economic situation of America is not great. Okay, some people are in a very bad situation. They can't even afford to have a kid. So then, what are they supposed to do? Fucking just.
It's not the kid's fault. It's not the baby's fault. You can't murder a baby just because you're poor.
Yeah, but who's gonna pay for it? Are you gonna pay for him?
There's adoption places and things like that can be done in those cases.
Yeah. You have no idea how much women spend to adopt, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So these children that we're killing are worth money.
Yeah, I guess people are misinformed. They probably don't want to go through. How much does it cost to say you want to deliver a baby? How much does it cost? Is it $5K or $10K without insurance?
It just depends.
There's always insurance. You get state Medicaid for pregnant mothers. They will find a way for the state to pay for it for poor people.
You could do a midwife. It's going to cost just like $1,000 or $500. Who knows?
Maybe I should stop using condoms. I should just. The way I'm fucking, I should have 100,000 babies by now.
You use condoms with sex toys?
It's a joke. I think I agree.
Yeah, when you go missionary, do you put a pillow underneath her back, or just what do you do? You just lay her flat against the bed?
Sometimes I mostly like the doggy. I tried the reverse cowgirl, but they would start dripping, and I was like, fuck that shit. I don't want fucking my whole balls get wet. So then I was like, oh, fuck, I'll be on top and I'll fuck the bitch. So, okay, come on, man. Where are we going here? Is this like a porn session?
I asked you about missionary, and you start talking about everything else.
Okay, so the thing is, okay, I agree with you, comedian. It's not baby's fault. Yeah, that I agree. But if there's a danger to the girl,
you don't have to say you agree with me that it's not the baby's fault. That's just a fucking obvious, bro. Come on. Why even say the sentence?
Because I like to process things a little bit. Fuck you.
Anyways, I wanted to address what Basil said earlier about how the United States, with regards to Texas and Mexico, actually looked out for the welfare of humanity. I don't know what planet you live on, but, the United States generally does things based on its business interests, and its business interests alone are, the deciding factors. But the country's $40 trillion in debt. You can look at pictures and videos like Guangzhou in China. America's never going to build a Guangzhou. Look at Indonesia. There are major cities out there that are extremely well-to-do. They don't have the crime that we have. They don't have the debt that we have. But nonetheless, America is still one of the biggest swinging dicks on the planet. So it's nothing here is really fucked. Even if we gave people $10,000 to have a baby, even if we went deeper into debt, it doesn't fucking really matter. It's all fucking arbitrary, excuse my language, but the Federal Reserve could pay the whole thing down overnight if it wanted to. We control the purse if we control the Federal Reserve. The question is, do we really control the Federal Reserve?
Yeah, that's that sounds like a masala dish mixed with fucking pav bhaji. Okay, good job, comedian. Yeah. So, never mind. My AC just started.
No, comedian, I was just saying in terms of, obviously they were, with Manifest Destiny, they were trying to expand West, right? But They could have just took it, you know? They didn't have to pay them nothing. They won the war, right? They could have just took the land.
Yeah, but not really. You can't just take land. You kind of have to give something in return. I mean, otherwise it's a perpetual war. I mean, that contract, it was a contract. What are you talking about? I mean, it was a purchase agreement and they gave them money for the land.
Comedian, what do you think of Israel and the Jews?
I think they're the greatest. I think the Indians in India are great. I think the Russians in Russia are great. I think the Germans in Germany are great. I think the French in France are great. The English in England are great. The Americans in America are great. I mean, everybody's great, you know? It's people who go commit terrorism and murder people because they're psychopaths and losers and horrible people. Those are the people that ruin everything.
Why do they have to be in Russia to be great? Like, why can't Russians be great outside of Russia?
I'm being facetious, meaning that, like, if you don't like Israel, I mean, that's a you problem.
Do you like Israel, Mr. Comedian?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. It's fantastic.
What about American Jews? Do you believe that they should all be sent back to Israel?
No.
What does religion have to do with the nationality, Tiger? Come on now.
No, see, in America, the Jews, you know, there are some dual citizens, but for the most part, none of them are dual citizens here in America. And they're very patriotic Americans, and they also love Israel, but many of them are critical of Netanyahu and Israel's policies. So you have many liberal Jews here in America. A very large percentage of the Jews here are Democrats. And those are really the ones who are the most brainwashed and stupid. But nonetheless, as a whole, based on like herd psychology, all Jews end up swinging for Israel because it's their political out. So, but there'll never be deportations of Jews. If anything, they're going to try to pass an act that dual citizens in the government, U.S. government, Jews who have Israeli citizenship working in the U.S. government who are Americans as well, they'll have to disclose it. But that's just like a checkbox on a form, so it doesn't really mean anything. But that's not the problem. The problem is war profiteers and making trillions of dollars, from catastrophe. So it's the biggest game that's ever been played on mankind. It's the military-industrial complex and the banking-industrial complex. The bankers always win.
So do you think America would be better off without a military-industrial complex?
No, not at this point. It's too late now. Can't go back, because if you go back, there is no going back. If anything, they're just gonna have to downsize it and just make it more lethal and smaller. It's just the optimization of technology.
What do you think about niggers in the army?
There's lots of N-words in the army. There's lots of N-words on this app. I'm sure there's N-words in this room. Are you an N-word? And are you projecting that you're an N-word?
Do you think the niggers help the army become more powerful? Are they more lethal as soldiers?
Oh, 100%. Have you ever played basketball with an N-word?
Yeah, but when it comes to basketball, because basketball is a game with set rules, right? You know, you're just about dribbling a ball back and forth the court. Shooting a basket. Obviously, there's the travel rule, which is a bit complicated for a black person, but then, they have many years of basketball. They know how to dribble the ball. But when it comes to actually being a soldier in the battlefield, you have to have situational awareness, right? You have to have spatial intelligence.
Damn.
Constantly be aware of your surroundings. It's a much higher IQ game. It is than the basketball.
I know, but you've never been in a trench with a 50 caliber machine gun and you're asking somebody for more ammunition, and a big fat lesbian DEI hire can't get you the rounds you need. So you look at Tyrone and you say, Tyrone, I need you to run 2 miles back to HQ to get that ammo and drive a truck back up here with more ammunition quick. That motherfucker can get there in about 12 minutes. Do you know that the fat lesbian, it would take her an hour to walk back there?
Yeah, possibly. In that scenario, Tyrone might be more efficient. Right? You know, maybe we need more Tyrones to like kind of be like water boys in the NFL, right? Run back and forth and get the fetch the water bottles type of thing.
Let me ask you a question. This is a general question for the room. What do you think the secret answer is to the very difficult riddle? You know, what you could call like the universal riddle or the riddle of the Sphinx. What do you think the secret is?
The Sphinx is a tough one. God damn it. That's a tough question. I never even thought about it.
I can just quickly tell you. It's silence. That's the secret answer. I don't know if you saw this Egyptian movie. It's like a action movie, and there's a scene where he's being questioned by the Sphinx, otherwise he's going to die. And the answer in that movie is there is no tomorrow. There's only the now. So you could.
You talking about Tomb Raider?
No, it's like called the Gods of Egypt or something. It's a pretty good movie. It was a recent action movie with a lot of CGI. That was the other one. So it's essentially now and silence. Those are like the two secret answers that I've heard. Oh, Dr. Kyle is down there. Dr. Kyle and I, we recently launched a new CBD transfusion business where we're doing CBD colonics, and we launched a CBD colonic franchise where you get high and you get your rectum scrubbed out instantaneously.
Wow. What do they call those things? Colon cleans or something?
Yeah, it's a colon cleanse, but we call it a CBD colon plunge, and we also do ketamine drips underneath a nurse anesthesiologist, and basically people are just like giving us thousands of dollars, and we have a 30-day wait list.
But is the ketamine like a nasal ketamine or the oral type?
It's a intravenous.
Oh shit! Never even heard of that.
Really, you've never heard of people doing intravenous ketamine drips?
Yeah, I don't know too much about the ketamine. I heard it's good though. I heard it's like good for you.
Kyle, do you want to come up here and explain what it was like when you got your first CBD colon cleanse?
Yeah. Also, Fred's profile picture looks like he was in Egypt. Maybe Fred can come up here as well.
It was absolutely wonderful. It was kind of numbing. The anti-inflammatory effect.
What did you think about the dual ketamine intravenous drip drop?
I haven't done any of that one right there.
How does ketamine feel like, Kyle?
I don't know. I haven't done it.
I've never done it.
Do I need to say it 3 times like Beetlejuice's name? I mean, I can much rather summon Beetlejuice in this experience than anything.
Yeah, but what about your first
Beetlejuice. You got one more try.
Did you see the new Beetlejuice movie?
I thought it was hilarious too.
How did your nose feel when you did ketamine as opposed to cocaine?
I don't remember doing ketamine as opposed to cocaine or cocaine. I snorted my Adderall before. But don't tell my doctor. I don't think he'd be happy about that. It metabolizes differently. I don't do it anymore.
So JR, what are you going to do different this summer?
Sorry, pharmacology is kind of, it's like some people are just dumb. and they shouldn't be doctors. It's not my fault. I'm an architect. By the way, I do submit feedback in the form of post-it notes.
JR, are you coming to Chicago this summer?
Yeah, I live in Chicago, man. What are you talking about?
You do?
Yeah, I grew up in Southside. JR family live in Southside for like 6 generations now.
That's a lot of generations. That's an original.
He's the original Southside boy.
Is this Kyle from California or something?
Yeah, that's
oh,
me.
no, I spoke to you. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I hope you're well. I was going to stay in the audience, but then Edmund went ahead and called me out.
Yeah, what's up, Carlita? I think she's from Brazil. Feel free to join the stage. The audience.
So what are you guys doing the rest of the evening? It's not 8:53 p.m. CST.
8:33? Is it 9:30?
Oh, my bad. 8:33.
Hello, Carlita from Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, I saw your nose and I figured it out, right? It's like rocket science almost.
So what's going on? Like, my question to the group also, what is picked up? I mean, sorry, I can kind of wait, and everything that I hear lately is about the White Lotus. Every damn people talk about the White Lotus, and everybody say, somebody knows. Somebody. Have you guys watched the White Lotus?
I heard the White Walker.
The White Lotus, like the TV show on HBO.
White Lotus, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody just go like, Papa, no. Anyways, it is, I guess it became a trend. And I find it so crazy because I was just, my mom, I said, Simone, no. She was like, are you out of drugs? I need a Lorazepam. Anyways, sorry.
Oh shit, look who's here. Virgin is here. Rahul.
Yeah, hello, JR.
He finally has sex for giving up.
Are you calling me a virgin again?
What's going on, guys? You're welcome.
This is what JR does. Whenever I enter the room, he calls me a virgin.
Rahul is not a virgin, he's just voluntarily horrible.
Also, like, what happened with the summer guy? He used to be, like, absolute filth, and now he's, like...
It's seasonal, right, Rahul?
I have no idea, man. I mean, you changed for the better. Props to you.
Thank you, Mr. Rahul. But yeah, I think it's just the seasonal mood swings. It's how I'm going to be all summer.
Well, good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah, are you trying to trigger him or something, Rahul? Like, we trying to say.
I don't think anybody should be triggered at any point any means, because here's the reality, you know. When I look at how can I even pronounce his name? R-A-H.
Rahul, you know that Brazilian song?
Yeah.
Carlita, you know, you just don't say the H, okay? It's Raul.
Oh, Raul. Okay, thank you.
What's your favorite beer? I want to come have a drink.
What's my favorite what?
Drink.
My favorite drink? Oh, I am a big fan of old fashioned.
You know, JR here is a big fan of the samba. Big samba fan here, JR.
Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça, é a menina que vem, que passa no balanço. Ah?
Well, are you Brazilian or are you speaking Portuguese?
Because I'm from Brazil.
Oh, you are Brazilian. Okay, very nice.
I'm from the Amazon, first of all. I am from a tribe that called Caipos.
Hey, what city do you live in, Carlita?
Right now?
Yes. She just said she's from Manaus.
I'm not from Manaus. Fuck you. I'm not from Manaus. Excuse my
What does that mean? Does it sound like a battery or something?
What bullshit? Manaus? No.
What does that mean? Are you from
No, I am from the jungle of the jungle. My Google Kaya Falls tribe. That's my tribe. I moved to the
Jungle
city.
lady?
Yeah, bitch, I call me Tarzan.
This is a place where Apocalypse was shot. Like Mel Gibson's movie or...
No, I was having so much in trouble because my passport's expiring and I literally have to renew my passport because I don't vote. So, for you to vote in Brazil is like mandatory. And I don't vote in Brazil forever because I have been in the States since a long time. And I never renew my Brazilian documents, like my Brazilian...
Wait, you were born there, right? So then...
I was born in there, but I've been, I left Brazil when I was 18. I moved to Denmark.
Where are you right now?
The lava chicken is you too
I
peak.
lived in Denmark for 4.5 years. I got my degree in accounting in the University of the Odense, which is in Denmark. Odense University. And then within 3 months, I moved to California. I lived in Berkeley. I went to Stanford, and I went to UC Berkeley. And then I met my now husband, and I've been living in the U.S. since 2015. As a permanent home.
So you're married and...
I got a question, Carlita. Can you explain to these single gentlemen how to find someone... They need help. They need to find their own Carlita in their life.
What?
Like your husband, he did a good job to swoop you up. These guys are not having that type of luck. They need coaching. Yeah, they're single.
No, my husband. So my husband was, he was never married. I have my standards when I was single. I never wanted anybody who was married before. I never.
Wait, problem with someone married? Like, why?
Never want anybody who was married.
What's that mean? Is a guy? Come on.
I don't want baggage.
No kids, short.
No kids, no wife, no kids, no fucking nothing. I don't want to deal with the people's. I don't want to deal with the people's bullshit.
That's good.
I just don't want it.
My
husband never been married. My husband, his ex was like 10 years ago. No children, no nothing. So sucks to forget.
What if he had an ex-girlfriend?
But we have a prenup. By the way, before you think that I am a gold digger, we have a prenup.
You're a gold digger. I can.
I'm not. Fuck you. I'm not a gold digger.
I can already sense it. I mean, you just said.
Man, why are you trolling her?
We have a prenup contract that not even my own attorney wanted to sign.
Why did you decide to have a prenup? So that's the thing.
Because I'm marrying for love. He was the one who come up with the prenup.
Something else. I know what it is.
No, are you delusional?
For all this I laid to my heart even.
Yes, it was his idea. Yes. He come to me and then he said, "Hey, this is the prenup." And then I was like, and then I went to my own attorney, and then my attorney was like, "Carly, you're gonna be screwed if you divorce." I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just let's sign. I don't give a fuck. And he goes like, my attorney didn't want to sign because the prenup so hardcore restrict. I'm from the Amazon. I'm
from the fucking Amazon.
Not like a lie over here. I sense a little bit of a
No, this is one of the best. Carlita, this is one of the most exciting stories I've ever heard on Clown House. God bless you. God bless you.
It is not. It is I and my attorney, the attorney that we hired, because we need to have 2 attorneys because for the court. And then we just got married. We got married. We don't even have a party. We only we went to the courtyard and then we got married there.
I smelled something here already. There's something soft. Yeah, there's a little bit fishy story where
Do you want to see my prenup contract? I can send it to you. I don't give a shit. Yes, go to my. You know what? Here's the thing, because a lot of people.
Let me speak. Yeah.
Why? What would you send it? Why I would do that? Like, what kind of purpose did I need to prove? Because
of all the things you could be talking to Carlita about, you're talking about her prenup, okay? Man, pick something more interesting.
Well, we're teasing out, is it true or not, bro?
Man, my husband is...
Wait, Carlita, you said you lived in Berkeley, right?
I used to live in Berkeley. I don't live in Berkeley.
Yeah,
I went to school.
Ask her a couple of questions. Hold on. Ask her a couple of questions about Berkeley. Go ahead.
I went to UC Berkeley and I went to Stanford. And then I met... This was in 2013.
Wait, Carlita, do you have kids? You could just put this whole stupid inquisition to rest. Do you have kids with this man?
I was going in an internship.
Carlita, do you have kids with this man?
No, I do not have.
All right, then proceed. Proceed.
And this year is gonna be a 10-year of this year is gonna be a 10-year anniversary.
Do you have a green card?
I do have a green card, and this year is gonna be a 10-year anniversary. In October is gonna be.
So did you have to sign the? Did you only sign a prenup because he has a lot of money, or his parents had a lot of money?
Let me tell you, no. It is because it is weird when I tell you, and it is so shady because like people these days don't understand how it is, and so you just stipulated that everybody is the same. I met my husband like 12 years ago. Yes, we've been married we're gonna be 10 now in October. No, like we don't have children. We have a very restricted prenup contract, and I took his last name, and I have not been to Brazil in 6 years because I'm devoted for him. He doesn't want to go to Brazil. He hates Brazil. He doesn't want to, for whatever reason.
Rahul, will you ask her some questions about the story to get it out of the way?
The more of the story that I sacrifice a lot, and I'm staying by my husband. I stand by my husband.
No, you don't like your husband. I think JR, let's give the floor to Rahul. Ask some questions.
It is really easy for you to judge.
Okay, Carlita, just name one of the lecture halls that you went to.
Excuse me?
Like one of the lecture halls, like there's soda.
Lecture halls.
I mean, there are many different lecture halls. There's like, I don't know, name one of the lecture halls.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God.
Did you go to class? Did you go to college at Berkeley?
Yes.
So you must have had classes somewhere. Like Bechtel is engineering, soda is computer science.
I'm not an engineer, sweetheart. I was getting just internship.
Oh, just internship, okay.
Yes, that was internship.
What building were you interning in?
Are you guys literally trying to humiliate me? Like that?
Anyways, where do you live? Where do you live now, Carlita?
What do you want to know? To hunting me or to humiliate me?
Carlita, I'm in San Francisco right now. I did my undergrad at Berkeley.
Just seeing if you're lying about your whole story. We have some red
flags. I'm not lying about my story.
No, we think you're lying about your story.
Internship is a different thing.
Yeah,
you get a visa. You get a visa. You
can't even name one building there. You can't even name one building in Berkeley.
You get a visa for that, man. You get a visa for that.
Okay, fine, whatever. It's okay, Carlita. What? Are you employed? Do you work?
No, I don't, because my husband has a lot of money.
Okay. No. Well, what industry is he in?
Why do you want to know? It's not your business.
I mean, just tell me the industry. I don't even care what company you work for.
I don't even fucking care why do you want to know. What do I need to prove?
I'm just having a conversation with you, Carlita. Like, it really doesn't make sense to be talking to Carlita about. You're talking about her prenup, okay?
want to be nothing.
Hey, Carlita, I'd like to really nice and shiny. I can tell you're a very pretty girl. I like your tattoos. There's a lot going on. So hey man, I really like you, Carlita. These guys are.
Shut up, JR. JR, can you pin the link I put in the chat?
You're a fucking moron anyway. You don't know.
Look at him. They're trying to outstage you now, GR.
These people don't even know how to speak to a nice Brazilian height. And
JR, just pin the link, okay? Carlita is like the person in the link.
You never get laid. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Do you even speak Portuguese, JR?
I'm actually moving my brain was on the.
GR, you should to remove these bitches out of this room.
Hey, Carlita, I speak Spanish and Portuguese.
To you and to me. He doesn't call you a bitch. Really? I ain't gonna accept that.
Hey, my personal trainer, she's Brazilian. She's.
Don't throw Rahul. If you throw Rahul, I'll throw you.
Beautiful girl. And I love Brazilians. Rahul is just.
Rahul is an important piece of the club. So please don't insult Rahul like that.
Yeah, Rahul is a, it's like a masala dosa. The Indian dish. Like, he's just like that. A lot of gas.
He, like the resemblance when I actually listen he's talking, he reminds me of somebody who was like really overweight, morbidly
Carlita's like
sitting
the
on
person
the
in the link.
couch, totally like dark in a room, playing video games, like Mario Cross or something, and doesn't take a shower for a very long time, doesn't shave his balls, never had sex in his whole life, and is a very depressed older man with like a fucking loser life.
He's young.
Is this like 90 Day Fiance? Carlita. Carlita.
Both hang out together, they're boyfriends.
Hey, motherfucker, JR, don't put me in the same category as yourself.
Hey, go on mute, please.
Come on, man. Don't insult Rahul.
Carlita, are you happily married with your husband, and how do you bring peace into the home?
To be honest with you, like I will be honest with this as a honest, because I know every couple have issues and every couple have their problems, and I wish every couple be happy. But I will tell you, I got married very young. I'm 34, and I'm telling you, like. My husband is my rock bottom. Like he's my rock of.
Rock bottom is the.
For what it's worth, Carlita, we believe everything you're saying.
I'm just saying, like my husband is like my rock of stone something. Like it doesn't matter, and I make a lot of mistakes. I cheat the bed all the time. But it's like he always.
What you made? What kind of mistake?
He always held my back and.
Yeah, what kind of mistake?
Is it obliterative?
Fuck you.
No, come on, someone. What so, what kind of mistake you made, Carlita? Maybe cheated or boyfriend?
No, I never cheated my husband. I never wanted to get married to become one of these people because I was engaged to a Danish man and I lived in Denmark for 4 years, and that motherfucker like cheated me 4 days before wedding, and that was nasty. And
I can tell you looking for real love, and you found real love.
No, I'm just saying like. Looking for real love is like pretty much my husband. When as a child, sorry, my sincere apologies for getting into this conversation, but
no. We like. Look, for me, I really don't care, but I'm not.
My sincere apologies for this conversation, but
Carlita, ¿de dónde está tu esposo?
All we want to say is we wish you well. That's all we want to say. You don't have to feel like threatened, or we're not trying to invade.